Okay, watch this. Same block, two editors. Over here, Dropdown opens, I click somewhere else, it closes. Over here, opens, click, nope, still open. Click the sidebar, that closes it? What? Nothing about the block changed. The only difference between these two editors is an iframe. And in WordPress 7.1, you stop getting a say in which one you get. I'm Ryan Welcher, a developer advocate at Automattic. Today, we're figuring out exactly what the iframe post editor breaks in custom blocks and fixing all of it. I built a plugin with broken and fixed versions of everything you're about to see. Links in the description so you can break things right along with me. So a little history. Everything in the editor is already iframed except the post editor. Block previews, the template editor, the site editor, device previews, all iframed, and they have been for years. The site editor's used an iframe since day one. The post editor is the last holdout, and the last few releases have been closing that gap. It started back in 6.3. That's when Core began iframing the post editor, but only if every block registered on the site was API version 3. Every registered block, including the ones you never inserted. One v2 block anywhere, and nobody got the iframe. Then 6.9 started warning you. You register a block with API version 2 or lower, and you get a console warning when script debug was on. And then 7.0, the version I'm running right now, changed when you get the iframe. Now it only checks what's actually in the post. All v3, iframed. One v2 in there, iframe's gone. And on August 19th, 7.1 ships, and everyone gets the iframe. Period. Every theme, block or classic, no matter what your API version says. There's one caveat here, and then I'll drop it. 7.1 is out for testing right now. The iframe is forced on for everyone, and the team's watching the feedback. If it causes real pain, they've said that they can pull back to only forcing it on block themes. If that sounds like a reason to wait, it's actually the opposite. A rollback keeps the non-iframed editor alive longer, so you're shipping into both worlds for more time, not less. Either way, the job is the same, work in both. The Gutenberg plugin's been enforcing this for months, so for simplicity, that's what I'm using for the demos today. And here's the one idea that explains every single bug in this video. Your editor JavaScript loads in the admin page. Your block's markup renders inside the iframe. Two different documents, two different windows. Your code is standing in one room, your DOM is in the other room, and the global document points at the wrong room. Before we break stuff, why is Core doing this? It's the right call, actually. Admin CSS has been leaking into the editor canvas forever. There's a big pile of style resets in there whose entire job is to unadmin your content, and they only mostly work. The iframe just ends that, a real document boundary. And viewport units mean something now. VW, VH, media queries, they resolve against the canvas, not the admin screen around it. Now watch what happens in the tablet preview. That's a real viewport now, and your responsive styles actually respond. The canvas finally behaves like a front end because, structurally, it basically is one. Okay, demo 1. So I'm on WordPress 7.0 with no Gutenberg plugin. This is stock behavior. I'm going to make a new post and insert my editor styles block. One green banner. Remember that, it matters in a minute. See this little pill right here on the block? All the demo blocks have them. Blue, meaning the canvas is iframed. Gray, meaning it's not. And the notice up top says the same thing. The blocks are checking which document they woke up in, which, spoiler, is the exact trick we're going to learn in Demo 2. But don't take their word for it. Let's open DevTools and there it is, an iframe. Name equals editor canvas, so we're iframed. Now watch what happens when I insert this legacy block. It's API version 2, and the canvas just reloaded. Iframe's gone, every pill just flipped to gray, so one old block did that. And now, every block in this post is rendering somewhere else. Your v3 block did nothing wrong, it got dragged out of the iframe with everybody else. That's the 7.0 compromise. It protects legacy blocks by changing the world for all of them. In 7.1, this rescue doesn't happen anymore on any theme. The iframe stays, and whatever that old block was relying on is just broken. Okay, Demo 2. The Gutenberg plugin's on now, so the iframe is enforced everywhere. This is the 7.1 experience. I've got two blocks here, and they've got one job. Tell me how wide the canvas is. The broken one asks window.innerWidth, which seems reasonable, right? Except the script's loaded in the admin page, so that's the admin window. Wrong room. So watch what happens when I switch to the tablet preview. The canvas shrinks, and the fixed block updates. The broken block doesn't flinch. It's still confidently reporting my full browser width like nothing happened. No error, just wrong, which is worse than an error, honestly. The fix is small. Instead of the global window, you start from the element you actually rendered. Element.ownerDocument gives you whatever document the block really lives in. And ownerDocument.defaultView gives you that document's window. And the nice part is this code doesn't care whether the iframe exists. If you're not iframed, ownerDocument is the admin document and everything works like it always did. If you are, you get the iframes window. Either way, you write it once and stop thinking about it. One more thing, I'm using useRefEffect from WordPress/Compose instead of useRef plus useEffect, and here's why. UseEffect with an empty dependencies array runs once. If the editor remounts your block into a different document, which it can, your listener is still bound to the old window. useRefEffect reruns when the ref changes, so the listener follows the element around. That's the trick. Demo 3, the dropdown from the beginning of the video. Here's the code. It closes the dropdown when you click outside. One listener on document. Every React tutorial teaches this exact pattern. I have written this exact pattern many times. So the dropdown opens fine because that's a React event and React doesn't care about any of this. But if I click another block in the canvas, it stays open. Click the toolbar or the sidebar, it closes. That makes no sense. Here's why. The listener is on the admin document. Clicks inside the canvas happen in the iframes document, and DOM events do not bubble across an iframe boundary, ever. So the listener never hears the canvas, but it hears the admin Chrome just fine. And this, by the way, is where you get the bug report marked cannot reproduce, because whoever tested it was on a site where the editor wasn't iframed and it worked great for them. The classic works on my machine. The fix is the same move as Demo 2. Use ownerDocument again with useRefEffect. The diff is 2 lines. That's it, 2 lines. Demo 4, where did my styles go? If you're styling your block's editor UI with enqueued block editor assets, I've got bad news. That hook enqueues into the admin page. And look, the style sheet loads. It's right there in the network tab, status 200, and it's doing absolutely nothing because your block is in a different document and CSS doesn't cross iframe boundaries either. So this block loads 2 style sheets. The green banner comes from editorStyle in block.json, and the red banner comes from enqueued block editor assets. In the iframed editor, only one of them shows up, the green one. WordPress takes styles registered through block.json and injects them into the canvas document, iframed or not. So here's the rule. Enqueued block editor assets styles the admin, the Chrome, your sidebar panels, your custom plugin UI. Block.json styles the canvas. If your CSS is aimed at content, it goes through block.json. And editor style gets copied in too if you need themed level editor styles. Demo 5, and this one's pure CSS, no JavaScript required to break anything. Demo 4 was about styles loading into the wrong document. This one's sneakier. The style sheet loads into the right document and still does nothing. Here's the setup. This block's editor styles are scoped with .wp-admin. And a lot of us wrote this on purpose. We scoped it to the admin body class so our editor styles couldn't possibly leak into the front end. Very responsible. Past you was being careful. But inside the iframe, the canvas is its own clean document and its body has no WP-admin class. So now the style sheet is in the room and the selector is describing the other room. So watch this. In the non-iframed editor, you get the red border and the red banner, the selector matched. Turn the iframe on and gone. Both of them. The block still renders, that text comes from JavaScript, it's just completely unstyled. And the CSS loaded fine, the selector just matches nothing. And the fix? You delete code. Drop the .wp-admin prefix and just describe your block. That's the entire diff, and it works in both worlds. Same deal for the rest of the admin furniture. Offsets compensating for the admin bar, selectors keyed on block editor page, those bang important walls you built to outshout leaking admin styles. The iframe ended that fight. You're not porting those hacks into the canvas, you're deleting them because the thing they were fighting is gone. Last one, and this is the one that's going to get people, third-party libraries. Masonry, sliders, lightboxes, maps, a whole generation of libraries written back when there was one document and everyone agreed on it. My stand-in legacy lib does what all of them do. Document.querySelectorAll. Find the targets, enhance them. Inside the iframe, it finds 0 elements. No error, no warning, the block renders, the library runs, and just nothing happens. Silent. You've got a few options here. 1, if the library takes an element instead of a selector, hand it the element from useRefEffect and you're probably done. 2, if it's unmaintained and it hardcodes document, that's what patch package is for. You edit the module right in node modules, swap document for node.ownerDocument, Run npx patch package, and it generates a diff that reapplies on every install. Commit the patch, add the post-install script, move on with your life. The official migration guide walks through patching pan-zoom exactly this way. 3. If the library loads inside the iframe as a front-end script, check for it on default view before calling it and bail if it's not there yet. Okay, the checklist. First thing, get API version 3 into every block.json. It's a one-line change, but let's be clear about what it is. It's a promise, not the work. It tells WordPress, I'm iframe ready. You still have to actually be iframe ready. Then take a look through your editor code for window dot and document doc. Everyone you find is the suspect. Owner.Document, defaultView, useRefEffect. Move canvas styles out of enqueued block editor assets and into editorStyle. Check your editor CSS too. WP-admin, WP-admin bar, block editor page. Those selectors describe a document your block doesn't live in anymore, and most of them can just go. Audit your dependencies, elements not selectors, and patch what you have to. And finally, test both ways. Gutenberg 22.6 or later, or any 7.1 beta for the iframe, and stock 7.0 with a v2 block in the post for the version without it. Both of those exist in the wild right now, and they're going to for a while. Do it today, don't find out from a support ticket in September. The demo plugin, broken and fixed versions of everything you just saw, is in the description, along with the migration guide and all the dev notes. And drop a comment. What's the weirdest thing the iframe broke for you? I know these bugs are out there, and honestly, I love the weird ones the most. If this video saved you a future support ticket, a subscribe helps a lot, and don't forget to hit the like button for me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.